everyone, it's Hannah and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make these cute little rubber duck charms using square stitch. If you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, please check out my square stitch basics video. It covers everything that I use to make these little ducks in much more detail than I give in this tutorial. You can make them in a wide variety of colours like I have done here, because there is no rule to say that rubber duckies have to be yellow, but you know, why can't you have a green rubber ducky, basically? But yes, I think I've waffled on for long enough, so let's get on with the tutorial, shall we? To start with, I'm going to go through what you need. So I am using size 11 Delicas today. They are Miyuki Delicas. They are the cylindrical beads that I usually use for bead weaving. I have my body colour, which is a light lilac colour. I have the under wing colour to make the wing stand out, and I've gone for a lavender colour. I have an opaque black for the eye, and I have some opaque yellow for the beak. I'll pop a link in the description box as to where I bought these beads and the colour codes and such that they are. You're also going to need I'm just using size 11 seed beads in a clear crystal colour that you just can't see usefully, and a 5mm jump ring. I'm using a size 10 beading needle, which I have already threaded on, around 1 metre of Nymo, or any beading thread that you would like to use. You'll also need a pair of scissors as well, and not essential, but I do have a cup of tea. On top of all of these things, you're also going to need a stopper bead. I completely forgot about him. So I'm going to start with my stopper bead. I'm going to sew up through it and loop it round, leave a bit of a tail at the end, and then go back up through it again. And that bead we are going to take off at the end. It's just to stop all our beads falling off the rest of the thread. So I'm going to start by picking up 5 of my body colour. So there we go, we've got our first 5, and we're just going to thread that down. And although we need to increase on this row, remember that you only increase once you've completed the row, and then when you come back on the row above, you increase this side. You'll see as I go. So I'm just going to look at the bead directly above that, and that is also the same colour as my body. So I'm picking up another lavender colour and looping that through the first bead. So we're going in circles. Like this, and then back through the one above, and then pick up another one, go through the next bead towards the bead that we just popped on, and pull that nice and tight. And then the next bead is also the same colour, and go through the third bead of the row, going towards ourselves. And can repeat for the other 2 beads. And just pull those down so they're nice and tight. And then we need to increase on this side by 1. And so to do this, you look at the bead at the end of this row is a body colour, and then the row above, the one directly above that, is also a body colour. So you pick up 2 of the lilac and thread that down. And then you go back through that first bead we've just threaded on, so it's not attached, but you want to try and keep it as close to the rest of your work as possible. And circle it round. At this point I'm going to turn my work around because we've started on the next row. And I'm going to pick up another one of our main colour. And at this point I'm also going to take off my stopper bead because it's not really serving a purpose anymore, and it's just getting in my way. And then I'm going to pick up a wing colour now. So we've got 3 of the wing colour to do. So this is the first one. Like so. And so now we're going back to our main colour. And we've got 3 main colour after the wings. But first we need to increase on the row that we did before, because you'll see that it's a bit uneven at the moment. So we've increased on this side, but so now we need to go back and increase on this side. So I pick up 2 of my main colour, and just like increasing on the other side, you loop that round and you go through that very first, so I'm going round in a circle, following the direction that the thread's coming out of the bead, going through that first one we've just threaded on. So now you've created a bit of a circle. And so yeah, scoot that down so it's right next to your work. Now we need to attach this all together. So what I like to do is I go back through that first bead and go back through on the row that we are joining it to. And just go through a few, there's no exact science. And then make sure you go through the one directly above it. And pull that nice and tight. And so now I need to increase one more on this side. And so I pick up one body colour and then another one. So I'm picking up 2 main colour, scooting that down, and then going back through the bead, following the way that the thread comes out of it, back through that first bead. I think you've got the hang of increasing now. And then we go back through that first one. And take a swig of tea. So now I am popping another one of our body colour on. And turning that round because we're starting a new row. And now another wing colour. Three more body colour. And another wing colour. And then back to the normal body colour. And now we need to increase on this side on the row before, so picking up 2 of our lilac. And attaching it in that same way. So I'm just going through a couple of beads there. My tail's getting in the way. And going through the bead directly above it to come out. And then I need to increase on this row, so I'm going to pick up 2 more. Like so, then we've got 1 more body colour. And then our final wing colour that we're going to use. And then we're just doing our main colour all the way across to the end. And we need to increase both this row and the row before, so I'm going to pick up 2 more of our body colour and increase. Don't forget to attach it after you've increased it. And then because we're decreasing on this next row, I'm going to come out of our second to last bead. I'm coming out of that one there and not the very end one, because we're decreasing on this row. So that's what you should have so far. This is the back of our little duck and this is going to be the front. So all along this row is our main body colour, and we are, like I say, we are decreasing on one side and we will be increasing by 1 on the other side. That's fine. I'll talk you through that when we get there. So we don't need to increase the row underneath on this end, we only need to increase on this row and the row above. So I'm going to pick up 2 of my body colour. Okay, then I'm picking up another body colour and going through the next bead. Okay, so now because this is a tail, that's that part of the row done, and then I just need to add 1 more bead onto this first one here. So I'm going to go back through the bead directly underneath and that other one. So back through the last 2 beads of the row before, then just back through that first bead of the row above. Body colour and then add it on as norm. See? So cute. And so I'm just going to sew back through my beadwork. And then I need to be coming out of this bead here. So it's the 4th bead from the tail end. So I need to go back through that one. I went a bit too far, a bit too enthusiastic about life. And so I'm just going to do a bit of sewing back and through. So back through some of the beads on the row before. And then back up. Coming out of the bead that I wanted to come out of. Ta-da! Magique. So we are continuing with the theme of the body colour, and I'm going to be going all the way along in that colour except for this very end bead as we are decreasing on this side. Right, so that's that row done. We are leaving out this one just here. And so we do need to increase on this row above, but we are going to have to go back and do this because I can't increase it now. Yes, so we're just picking up one of the beak colour and going through that first one there. And then we've got 3 of our body colour. Like so. And then we are coming back along, so we do need to increase on the row above as well, but like before we can't do that just yet. So you need to do 4 body colour coming back along the row. And then because we need to increase by 2 on both this row and the row before, I'm going to pick up 4 of our yellow beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then instead of just going through 1, I'm going to go through 2. So the first 2 that we just threaded on. Let's glue them down. Now these may need a little more work than if you were just adding 1. That's fine. So attach it like you would in the usual way. Pull that nice and tight. And so that should straighten up the first 2 beads, but I've noticed that it doesn't straighten up the last 2. So I have to go through those again. So just go through that first one again. And unthread your needle and look like a complete idiot. So yes, go through that first bead again. And back up through that first bead on the row above. And then you might just need to wiggle it into place if it doesn't want to cooperate like mine didn't. There we go. Now on this next one we need to increase, but we only need to increase 1 row. I don't know if there's a way of doing it. Like I'm not an expert in square stitch. I'm still very new to the stitch itself, so I've just worked out my own little way of doing it. And it's picking up a bead, and then it's just skipping that bead we just picked up and going back through the bead from the row before and just going back through all of that row. And then it doesn't quite make it sit completely flat, but then a duck's bill isn't flat, it does go up a bit at the end. So I'm excusing myself for that and just let myself off. If anyone knows a way of how to only increase one row, please tell me. I will be extremely grateful, or point me in the direction towards a video, because yes, I'll be very grateful. But anyway, now we're coming out of this opposite end, so I've picked up 2 of our main colour because I need to increase on this row, and so, and then we've got 2 more of our body colour to do. And then you might need to straighten those up. Sometimes beads don't like to behave. Then our 1 black bead for his little eye. One more main colour. Now it might be a bit of a tight squeeze at this point because we've got quite a lot of thread going through it, but it should fit. If it doesn't, you can always switch to a slightly smaller needle, like a 13 would be a lot easier if you're finding it a bit of a tight squeeze. Ooh, make my duck do yoga. And then we're picking up a beak colour. And also sometimes if you struggle to get a grip on your needle, I find that using my chain nose pliers helps an awful lot. But you got to be careful in doing that, because I've broken a bead doing that before because there just wasn't enough room and I just broke the bead and it was really annoying. Anyway, all of the row above is our body colour. No increases, no decreases, just straight and nice and easy. And then we're decreasing on the row above, so that means going back through our beads. And we're decreasing by 1 on both sides. So you need to come out of the second to last bead, and then 4 of our normal colour. So now that is technically the duck finished. If you wanted to, you could sew back in your ends now and use it to stick on a card. I think it would be really cute because I've done a little baby pink one and a little baby blue one. They would look absolutely adorable on a new baby card. For baby girl, baby boy. Even a green one is super adorable on a card as well. So yes, you could just sew in the ends now if you wanted to. If you want to turn it into a pendant or hang on earrings or what have you, I will show you how to do that bit. So you sew back through the row before because you want to come out of the middle of this last row. And then go through the first 2 here. So this is where you pick up your clear ones, and they are there, I told you. And scoot them down. You pick up your jump ring as well, but you can always add this in afterwards if you prefer. And then I just continue the row. Make sure they're all sitting nice, and that's attached to that. And then you just sew in the ends, sewing back through your work, sewing up and down, backwards and forwards. You can use a pair of pliers to help you should you need to. I do need to. It just gets a bit of a better grip. There we go. And I hope that no beads are broken. No, they haven't. We're all good. And yes, just keep sewing back through and trim off the excess. So now you know how to make these little duckies of your very own. See, not too difficult, a little bit confusing, like I said in the intro. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up. Your support means an awful lot to me, and why not hit subscribe? I post a new video every Sunday and sometimes a bonus one in the week as well. I'd love to have you stick around in the corner of craft. If you have any requests for any tutorials, don't forget to leave them in the comments below, or you can message me on one of my various social media sites. All the links will be in the description box below, along with my Instagram. If you make anything using one of my tutorials, I would love to see it, so please feel free to post a picture of it on Instagram with the hashtag #TheCornerOfCraft, so I can check it out for myself, see how talented you all are, and see how creative you are. It truly makes my day. Thank you very much once again for watching, and I shall see you very soon in my next tutorial. Bye!